Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the video. Okay, guys. Yeah, so this is going to be, I'm going to try to come live once or twice a week to tap in with everyone that is doing the 10K steps a day or more challenge. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Y'all look. I hope you can see it, but I'm already at 11,929, okay? I hit my 10K steps for the day because I was able to get my walk in early in the morning. Today is day 7. Welcome to whoever is in the chat. How are you? So I was able to get my walk in this morning, and what I am finding is the earlier you can go for a walk. Hey, Kia. The earlier you can go for a walk, the better chances you're going to have at hitting that 10K mark. So my goal is to walk for an hour or more a day, right? And I don't always get a full 10K steps. Like this morning when I went on my walk, I had like 8,000 steps. But I got 8,000 steps done in an hour and some change because I went a little bit over. So that set me up. That set me up for a good day. And that's how I've been getting my steps in, y'all. And I'm feeling better. My arm is feeling better. I have more energy. I am just so happy that I decided to start this challenge because I am all, after 7 days, I already know that this is what I was supposed to be doing, right? And I told y'all, the ones that joined me, that I was going to join I was going to create a separate group, but I'm not, y'all. I got too much work on my hands. I got way too much work on my hand. And when you create, sorry, hold on, my lips look dry. When you create private Facebook pages, you have to work that. My page is already enough work for me because this is a digital creator page, right? Y'all know I'm a realtor and all that. So I already have a lot of work managing the page that I already have. If I create a separate page for every challenge, because this 10K steps challenge, this is our first challenge, y'all. If you stick with me by December 31st, 2025, you are going to be a brand new person walking into 2026 and beyond, okay? I'm just telling y'all, if you are looking to transform your life, join me. Okay, whenever these videos find you, if you find it on a replay and you're like, I'm trying to tell you, don't holler at me. I mean, you can holler at me at any time, but like I always say on my daily videos that I've been posting, today might be my day 7, but tomorrow can be your day 1. So don't feel intimidated if you're watching this video and you haven't taken action. It's going to take some time to break out the bad habits. This is why I'm doing this challenge by challenge, because every month we level up until the end of the year. This is to build the habits to becoming the better version of ourselves, okay? You already know that discipline and consistency is what is needed to transform your life. Discipline and consistency is what's needed to go from a stuck place to an unstuck place, okay? And if you don't want to do it, don't do it, okay? The door. Scroll. Matter of fact, unfollow me. If I get on your nerves, please unfollow me. Y'all, that is a mistake that I made, being nice to people that don't like me and that disrespect me once. I'm going to let you know like this right here, right now. Don't come on my page disrespecting me. Don't reach out to me about wanting real estate services if you know you ain't going to hire me. Like, that's rude. That's like going into a 7-Eleven and walking out with the candy and not paying for it. Like, you know you wasn't gonna pay for it. That's what it is. When you get in realtors' inboxes and you want to pick their heads and we pour all this love into you and then you just go someplace else. Please don't do that. I just thought I should say that because that was one reason why I deleted my page last time, because a lot of people feel like because they know you, they can ask you all these questions for free. I give y'all free real estate advice when I make these videos, okay? If you get into my inbox and you're asking me just a general question, of course, I don't mind general questions. But if we're getting you pre-approved, if I'm sending you houses, that's like a lot. Like, don't do that, you know? And part of it is my fault. That's why I said, going forward, when you engage with me in a professional manner, you're going to have to sign a contract. Number one, I was supposed to already been doing that because it is by law. I cannot physically show you a house without a buyer's agreement. But we're going to do that. If you hire me to sell your house, I may tell you some things that make you feel uncomfortable, but understand that we are in a very strong buyer's market. So if you are going to sell your house in today's market, I am not going to be able to hold your hand like a friend. I am going to have to be a drill sergeant to get us to the settlement table. And I may have to tell you some things that are going to make you feel uncomfortable because I feel that I didn't do that with a client that I had, and it caused things to go left. When I did start telling her what needed to be done, she didn't want to hear it. And I'm gonna be frank with y'all, she fired me, right? And I realized that, because it's always like this, okay? This is for my realtors that are watching me. When someone sells their house with you, you need to do what we are trained to do off the break, because 80 to 90% of people that list their house and the listing gets expired or it gets canceled, and we're seeing a lot of that. Like I learned this in my training the other day. Literally 50% of the houses that you sell that you list may not sell, because sellers are just starting to realize that the market is shifting. And if you don't set the expectations correctly in the beginning, you might as well just don't sign the listing agreement, okay? Because you are going to waste your time, and you're definitely going to waste that seller's time. So in this market, you got to keep it a buck. If the house is dirty, tell them, hey, you need to clean the house, okay? You need to hire a cleaning company to clean your house. We are not in a market where you could just throw a house up and people are going to beat you down with offers if the house is not show ready. All right. I made that mistake, and now I see the house is back on the market. This woman not only lowered the price, right? When I was constantly trying to get her to lower her price, she wouldn't lower it for me, right? Was treating me super disrespectfully. And she did not want to keep the AC on. We have 100-degree weather. We had over 38 showings. For my realtors that are watching this, take this as a case study. Right? The house had no problems getting sold, but because we are in a buyer's market, it has to present a certain way. And because I did not set the expectations from the beginning, it was a mess. Okay. But now this house is back on the market. The person has cleaned up the house, has lowered the price way below what I was trying to sell it at, way below the contract offer that we had that did not go through because the house did not pass inspection. But to say that I'm not in my feelings, of course I'm in my feelings. Of course I am. Like, you wasted my time. You literally hired another agent and did everything that I told you to do while we were still under contract, seemingly with no problem with this new agent. So I'm going to be a different person going forward. As long as we are in a buyer's market, if you're going to hire me to sell your house, I am going to tell you the truth. Because here's the flip side to that story. Remember how I told y'all in training, I found out that 50% of the homes that you list are either the seller is either going to cancel the listing, or they're going to it may expire before it gets sold, because we are in a buyer's market. I had another client. We went to settlement. This client was the best. She listened to me, even though it was uncomfortable for her, even though it was hard for her. She did everything I told her to do, right? Both of these clients, I had the listings before the market shifted. The market was actively shifting as the homes were being listed, right? And I was, and they were both people that I know, that are my friends, that know me, that follow me here on Facebook. So, you know, it was a friendly environment. But then when the market shift, you know, when you mix friendship with business, it could go left. But my other client, she was very professional. We were able to maintain our friendship and still get her home sold. She is the only house in the neighborhood that has sold. So kudos to the both of us. I'm very proud of this closing, but I understand after assessing the situation, the reason that house sold with me is because she actually did what I said. She followed the strategic plan. She did not give me pushback. She understood that to get to the settlement table, you need to do what the person you hired to do is telling you to do. If you don't want to do what the person you hired to do is telling you to do, right? Like, why would I go to a surgeon and sit there and instruct them on how to perform open heart surgery? I don't know how to perform open heart surgery, right? So going forward, guys, I'm going to have to keep the expectations at where they need to be from the beginning. So understand that if you want to sell your house, you're gonna have to do some work to get it sold in this market. I am speaking like this because I literally just read this article. Hi, Aria. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna read these notes with y'all that I just created a YouTube video and I did some note and I was looking at these articles. 62%. This is coming from, oh wait, not the Bloomberg report. Hold on. Sorry. Let me go back up to the beginning of the article. Okay. So from Lending Club, 62% of U.S. adults have reported that they are living paycheck to paycheck. Y'all, is not a good thing. Matter of fact, I'm going to keep this live as the live, but I don't want to double down because I'm going to reshare that video here on the page. But I wanted to come on here and kind of like clear up the room going forward because I wanted to do that. I wanted to clear up the air and clear up the room because this is also, I think, a part of what I'm learning in my challenge and knowing your worth, right? My mentor, Chanel, used to tell us, sometimes you got to say stuff that's going to ruffle a certain type of person. I don't know why my eye is watering. I think it's because the vent is open. It's so hot out here, y'all. I'm literally in the parking lot of the shopping center. I got done showing houses and anyways. So yeah, my mentor Chanel, when I was working with Chanel, she used to always tell us that she purposely says weird things, off the wall things to turn away the people that she's not supposed to work with, you know? And I used to be like, woo, I rock with Chanel no matter what. I rock with her no matter what. If I know that I need to do some deep spiritual, like gymnasium, she puts you in a spiritual gymnasium. She's going to hold you accountable, right? I know that I'm going to sign up and do one of Chanel's courses, okay? Because she don't play. But because I'm such a people pleaser, I hadn't really owned that level of boundaries in my life or in my business. I'm always trying to be nice, and it's not always the best thing to be nice or to let your clients try to lead the transactions, because as much as they think they know, they don't know. They don't know, okay? It's just a simple fact. You can have Google. This is a note for somebody that might be thinking that AI could take their job. If you have the skill set, there is no way that AI could take your job, because you can always be a consultant. They're going to need to get the information from somebody. We are the ultimate computer, right? So I had a client. Matter of fact, this is another client. This is another story time. Let me just, we ain't got nobody in here just yet. So another story time so y'all can understand why I'm saying that having authority or setting the right expectations from the beginning is very different. I gave y'all a personal experience in my life, but this is something that is going to carry you far. You do not serve anybody by playing nice. If you play nice, you mess around sometimes and cause yourself harm or cause someone else harm. Matter of fact, gentle parenting, right? Imagine your kid, I'm in a parking lot right now. If I had Ava or Isaiah with me, because they love to run, right? Hey, sister. Hey, Sarah. Imagine me trying to gentle parent my little running toddlers. I gotta scream, get your over here, like I be cursing, I be screaming. I cannot gentle parent them, right? It's the same thing in life. Like, if you don't take authority, if you don't set strict boundaries, you can literally run into a head-on collision. Okay? So don't let yourself fall short because you're trying to be nice. We're done with that. We are done with that. Okay? And so that's not only in business, that's in life, right? I had another woman in the challenge ask me, Vicky, help me find a husband. And I was like, girl, I don't know if I can do that, because the husband is supposed to find you, right? But one of the biggest takeaways that I learned that eventually I met my husband is when I start setting boundaries and I took authority in my dating life. I know exactly what I want. I know exactly how I want to feel. And if the person that comes into my life does not make me feel the way that I want to feel, right? Somebody hearing this might be like, oh, that sounds really selfish. That don't sound right. Yes, be selfish, okay? Be selfish with your time. Be selfish with your energy. We only have one life to live, y'all. Like, dead ass. It's like hitting me. I saw this video the other day that was like, when a woman turns 40, she stops giving up. Well, I've been 40 for 3 years, okay? I'm just now like elevating to another level of not giving up, right? Like, I'm just realizing that you can't be nice. You got to be informative. You got to be strict. My husband is like this. My husband has never had an issue with telling people exactly what it is, and he don't care, right? You could cry right in front of him and it won't even matter, right? But that you got to be like that, especially when you're dating. Like, you have no business dating a man that does not respect you, okay? If they ghost you once, let them go. The fuck? If he can ghost you in the beginning, why on earth are you going to waste your time? Remember how I said that's the lesson I learned from that last transaction that did not go good? I take 100% the blame because I did not set the expectations correctly from the beginning. It's the same thing when you're dating. They are going to, you ever hear that story of like, a dude could be with a woman for 10 plus years and never marry her, and then he gets a new girlfriend and marries her in 2 months? You want to know what the difference is? The new woman set the expectations off the rip. The old chick was allowing half-ass behavior. And unfortunately, a lot of women that go through situationships and bad relationships are only in it because you're allowing it. That's it. That's all. It's that simple. It is that simple. Okay? If you want to have rich relationships going forward, whoever watches this video and this resonates for you, set the expectations. Be happy being with yourself. If you meet a guy or a girl and they're not giving you the same energy that you're putting into them, or they give off this little like, they don't really, fuck them. Bye. Right? And now let's flip it another lesson. You meet somebody, things are going great, but it's not turning into a relationship. That's okay. When I was dating, there were plenty of guys that nothing came out and we did not, go into a relationship. But I helped them buy houses, multiple houses. They send me referrals. Like, I have friends, guy friends, I'm not a big guy friend type person, but I literally made some really good relationships just from guys that maybe we went on a few dates and we realized, we're not like, boyfriend and girlfriend, but I fuck with you, right? So there is that. You have to go into the mindset of knowing that the person you're going to be with, you're only meant for one man or one woman if you are a monogamous person, okay? There is also that. That's a whole nother tangent, right? Make sure the person that you're dating is a monogamous person, because there are people that are just biologically poly. Okay, and we gotta respect them. You gotta respect those poly people. If you are not a poly type person, somebody comes in, you're dating, and you notice that you're not the only one, baby, excuse yourself from the party, because that's not what you want. Period. It's not that complicated, y'all. That's why that question kind of like triggering for me, because I realized how much time I wasted thinking that meeting my husband was going to be like this super magical, life-changing moment. And in reality, me and my husband met on the most chillest way, because we both were at that point in our lives that there was no force. There was nothing to figure out. We knew that we wanted to be with each other. So it wasn't nothing super complicated. And I feel like in today's dating world, people have made marriage a commodity. Relationship is a commodity. You have dating coaches and this and that. But at the end of the day, how is your heart? Like, do you love yourself? Are you living the life that you want to live for yourself? Because newsflash, being in a relationship, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I love my husband, but he is not the end all be all to my happiness, right? Like, I have to work for my happiness on a day to day. So that's what the 10K step challenge is about, ladies and gentlemen, because there may be men that want to join the 10K step challenge. This is the first step to working towards the things that you need to work towards to start living the life that you desire. This is an never ending evolution. Okay. Never ending evolution. So, yeah, how much time? I don't even know like the time on here. Let me see. Nope. I don't even know how long we've been talking, but, dang, they don't even let you see how long you've been talking. Nope. They do not let you see. I can't see how long I've been talking. I just see that I've been live, but I can't see how long I've been talking, y'all. But I'm gonna go ahead and just end this video here. I just kind of wanted to just get some shit off my chest and have like a chat and let y'all know that no, I'm not gonna create a separate page for the 10K challenge. We just gonna vibe. Here is my page. I don't even have like a formal real estate page. This is it. The digital creator Facebook account. This is it. And y'all, my allergies are like, I can't even believe I don't have a tissue. Hold on. I'm not about to be on camera all nasty. Okay, but anyways, yeah, this is it. This is the page. If you come across my 10K steps a day, you want to join the challenge, it don't matter what day I'm on, because I'm telling y'all, this is the beginning to an ever evolving process. Okay, for those of you that, like myself, that you do better when you work in community. I thrive in community. I thrive in challenges. I love hopping on a challenge. And there's like some science behind that, right? I was going to pull out Chat GPT, like, chat, let's go ahead and ask chat. What is the science? Hold on. What is the science that motivates group challenges? I know ChatGPT be like, girl, can you spell? Hold on. Challenges. Let's see. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say about that. Okay. It says, here is what ChatGPT says, and I'm going to leave y'all with this, okay? The science behind why group challenges are so motivating comes down to a mix of psychology, neuroscience, and social dynamics. Here is the breakdown. Social accountability. I can already say yes. Like, literally, the days that I feel like I don't want to do my 10K steps, I'm like, I got ladies that are following me on Facebook, on TikTok. Y'all commenting, y'all showing me love, y'all sending me DMs. I can't let my ladies down, right? When we commit to a challenge in a group, we naturally feel more responsible to follow through because others are watching. So, social facilitation effect. People tend to perform better when they know they're being observed. I'm those people. Commitment bias. Once we publicly commit, our brain wants to stay consistent with our words and actions to protect our self-image. That makes sense. Fact number 2, dopamine and reward loops. Neuroscience. So this is the neuroscience part of it. Okay. Every small win, like hitting your daily steps, trigger a dopamine release, giving you a feel-good boost. Remember how I said when you are in a relationship, it's very unfair to think that your significant other is going to be the number one source to your happiness? This is another reason why I opened up this group challenge, to keep me happy so that I can find my own happiness, okay? The brain starts to associate the challenge with pleasure. So true. Make it easier to stick with. So true. We're on day 7. Number 3, social proof and belonging. Behavioral science. Humans are wired to look to others for cues on how to behave. If everyone else in the group is taking action, our brain says, I should do this too. Shared goals create a sense of tribal belonging, which taps into an ancient survival instinct. Being part of the group meant protection and resources. Okay? Tip number 4 of why social challenges work, okay? Healthy competition, the game theory and motivation science. Even friendly competition can activate achievement, motivation, pushing us to do more than we would alone. Leaderboards, streaks, and milestones create a gamified environment that keeps engagement high. All right? Last tip, number 5, mirror neurons. This is neuroscience here. When we see others succeed, especially people like us, our brain's mirror neurons light up as if we accomplished the same thing. This builds belief that if they can do it, I can do it. Y'all, that's what I want y'all to know, that we can do this, okay? Whether it's me talking about real estate, me talking about happiness, me talking about taking control of your life, taking control of your health, taking authority of your life and being a co-creator with the Lord. You see me doing it, y'all. That's what this challenge is about. And I'm about to let y'all go because this eye just keeps watering. And I think it's because like the air conditioning is blowing into my face. So anyways, in short, group challenges work because they blend accountability, reward chemistry, belonging, and a sprinkle of competition into a motivational cocktail for your brain. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everyone that was on the live. Reactions are now enabled with iOS. Okay, listen, Facebook Live is talking to me, y'all. I don't know. But thank you for joining the live. And if you catch this on the replay, let me know if any of this resonated with you. I have to look at the calendar to see when I'm going to be able to go live again. But I will try to come on here and go live. I want to do a Bible study. Because I just, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all these things will be added unto you. I'm going to always be a God's girl. I'm going to always be a church girl. Period on period. So until we meet again, guys, bye.